If you've been struggling with sleepless nights, even after trying everything from sleeping pills to every so-called miracle sleep tip out there, this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing with you 6 powerful sleep tips that go way beyond the usual sleep hacks that you've heard before to help you retrain your brain for deep restorative sleep. Hello, I'm Meredith Louden, a former insomniac turned sleep coach. And in this video, I'm sharing the real steps to eliminate trouble sleeping by retraining your brain for deep natural sleep, which is how I ended my 16 years of chronic insomnia, and I've also helped hundreds of people worldwide. These 6 tips are way more effective than relying on sleeping pills and having to deal with the side effects, and they will actually make sure that you get natural sleep with long-term results. My first tip is to stop identifying as someone who can't sleep. You gotta stop labeling yourself as an insomniac or as someone who just can't sleep. This was a game changer for me in my insomnia journey. When you have trouble sleeping for so long, it can start to feel like it's now a part of who you are. But sleep issues are temporary and you're not stuck like this forever. And the more that you identify with insomnia as being part of your daily experience, it actually becomes harder to break yourself out of that cycle and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Which leads me to my second tip. Treat sleeping as a skill that you already have. You were born knowing how to sleep, and your mind and body still know how to sleep. So this is an innate skill that you already have, so you need to remember that. Think of insomnia as a habit that your brain has automated over the years. And at some point in your life, your brain started to believe that it was more beneficial for you to stay awake at night than to fall asleep. So you're not broken. It's just that your brain is using evidence from your past life experiences, and it's now automated you being awake at night. So you just got to remind yourself and remind your brain that sleeping at night is what is most beneficial for you now in your life, which I'm going to talk about more in tip number 6. Tip number 3 is to practice calming your mind during the day. Not what you expected, right? But one of the most powerful ways to retrain your brain is to practice techniques that calm your mind, not just at night when you want to go to sleep, but actually earlier in the day. It is way more effective if you practice this in the morning and then in the afternoon when there's no pressure to fall asleep. And by doing this, you'll be retraining your brain to calm down on command so that when nighttime comes around, you close your eyes and you already have trained those neural pathways in your brain that it's okay to slow down and relax. Meditation is a fantastic tool for this because it puts your brain in the same brainwave state as when you're falling asleep. So even just 10 minutes of meditation at a time is training the neural pathways in your brain that it's okay to be still. That is one of the biggest things I see with my clients, where their body has gotten into the habit of always being in motion, always doing things, always getting as much done as possible during the day. But this often backfires because that's actually training your brain to do the opposite of what you want, to the point where slowing down and being still and just existing in the present moment is no longer natural to you anymore, which is also why you can't sleep and relax when it's time to go to bed at night. Tip number 4 is to start your day with intention. Your approach to sleep starts in the morning. I begin each day with about 10 to 15 minutes of meditation and journaling. First, I do a brain dump to get anything out of my head because I don't know if you're like me, but my brain starts thinking about stuff literally as soon as I wake up. And then after writing down my brain dump for the day or just whatever's on my mind, then I'll write down things I'm grateful for and my intentions for the day, as well as some positive affirmations about myself. So creating this intentional start to your day not only sets your mind in an empowering direction, but it also helps you focus on what's actually most important to you in your life, which can prevent stress from creeping in throughout the day because you've already focused your mind in the right direction. By the way, I have my own daily journal published on Amazon called the Get Out of Your Head Sleep Journal, which you can check out in the description below, and it includes everything that I just mentioned here. Tip 5 is to disconnect from the external world earlier in the evening. In the final, let's say 2 hours before bedtime, it is essential to detach from anything that might overstimulate your mind. That means avoiding work emails, intense TV shows, social media, dating apps, texting, phone calls, anything like that. Your evening should be all about you. All day long, you have had your focus outward on everything else in your life, like your job or other responsibilities, or on everybody else in your life, right? Which is why in the evenings, you need to reclaim your connection to yourself And so what you want to do is engage in relaxing activities, right? Like reading a book, journaling, pulling some oracle cards if you're into that, maybe listening to a self-improvement podcast or a good audiobook. Just wind down, maybe clean up the house a little bit if you need to, spend time with your pets. Just do your best to just exist without staring at a screen or over-consuming or focusing on everything else in your life. Your evening is your chance to tell your brain that it's time to unwind and just exist in the moment and not keep doing things or worrying about your life. Tip 6 is to retrain your nervous system to feel safe, relaxing. Okay, this is a big one, and tips 1 through 5 are already gonna help you do this. But if you're dealing with anxiety on a daily basis, or you're easily stressed out by little things that shouldn't be such of a big deal, or maybe you're a little bit of a perfectionist, always trying to get more things done during the day, your nervous system is in a constant state of fight or flight mode. And this is a really subtle reason for why your brain's survival instinct is staying turned on at night, which is keeping you awake, even if you're exhausted by the end of the day. So the key is to start retraining your nervous system that it's okay to rest and to teach the survival part of your brain that nighttime is safe for rest and relax and sleep. And this is what I dive into in the most detail in my free masterclass, how to actually retrain your brain to sleep naturally and get out of living in fight or flight mode. You can find that on my website and in the description below as well. I'd love to know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from this video? Did you have a favorite tip out of 1 through 6? What are you going to commit to doing differently to support your body and getting better sleep? You have to change the way you do things if you want a new result. And commenting on this video will also help more people find this information who need it. The good news is natural sleep is totally achievable for you no matter how long you've been struggling. I healed my insomnia after 16 years. I've helped countless others do it too. You still have the natural ability to sleep, and you are so much more powerful than you think.